So it's me, your little boy Ike Samson. Listen, their thought, their thought is that it's not your season. Their thought is that it will never come to your season. But it really shocked them how suddenly it become your season to do what? To be blessed. A lot of people are frustrated, shocked, devastated because they are not seeing something that they do that they're taught to see. Believe me, it is your season. It is your season, and no one can take it. All their thought is that your time will never, ever come. That the only thing you will be passing through every day, struggling and not seeing the result. Yes, each of us in the world, we all are struggling. But some people prefer that you suffering will not give you what you want. For instance, you plant a corn and you will not have the appropriate what you plant from. Because my dad used to tell me, he says, Samson, lay down the foundation. Where? Because the foundation you lay today will do what? Will balance you tomorrow. Those days that me and my dad, we used to go to farm. I told you people that our family, we are just like Tom and Jerry. We don't know whether my mom and my dad, whether they are twins, and me and my sister, they don't understand us. So he got to a point, anytime we are planting yam, then I say, planting yam come. So mostly when they are planting corn, and my dad don't used to be there, it's me and my mom and my sister, and some of my relatives, my friend who used to follow us go farm. Then sometimes when we get tired like that, do you know what we do? We will pack. My mom will just tell us to do it, to plant it well so that the thing will germinate well. We will plant it like line as this line is now. We will plant it very long because my dad farm is so big. Then we'll just plant it. Then when we get tired and we know that my mom is not there, we will pack all the whole corn, put it in one hole. And my mom will be surprised and say, oh my God, my children are walking well. My children are walking absolutely well. I love you all. I do this. And after like 1 week, you got to understand that more than 2,000 or 100 corn will germinate in one hole. My dad will just look at it and say, Samson, you see this corn that you plant here? When it comes for harvest, that is the same corn you will eat, particularly. We will mark this place because they know that is always my job because I'm the smallest, so I don't too much like to walk too much like that. When I was a kid, like 50, when I was like 8, 7 years or 6 years, I don't like to follow them go walk. I just love running from one neighborhood to another, chasing some certain things, killing rabbits, all those stuff. So it come to a point where it happened like that my dad tell me, even in yam, my dad will ask me to cut yam. Then I will look at it. If I cut this yam small, as he said, we are not going to go. Then I will cut it big. And mostly, for example, now, if there's a lot of workers, then they will ask me to be cutting the yam. In order for me to take time to stay there, I'll just be cutting it small. My dad will do what? Will just come and say, this yam that you cut like this, when it comes to time of harvesting it, you're going to understand that it will not grow exactly what I'm expecting. You need to take it easy. Why? Because I don't want to go inside sun. I prefer to stay in the in that place where they build, where it is very cool and nice. That's why I always do all those stuff. So it got to a point my dad would plant all those ones that I cut one part and plant his own one part. And at the end, I will come to understand that my own it become little while his own grew, become big. Then he tell me, you see the reason why I always tell you to take it easy, that whatsoever you lay down today will be expecting you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people never believe that your struggle today will prevent you, preserve you, protect you tomorrow. A lot of people thought that the more you are struggling, that is how you will struggle for the rest of your life. That is how you will struggle for the rest of your life. That your breakthrough, your success, your season will never come. This is all they thought. You know, the reason why I love my parents very much is because they have taught me how to be patient, even when things look not good. They have taught me how to do it, how to have patience, even when things are not normal. You know, one day I was just communicating with with one of my relatives. I said, no, I said the greatest thing I learned from my dad is that anytime I see something that is not me, if feel like I feel the presence of my dad within. Anytime I see something that is not me, and I feel like nobody is here, the presence of my dad always appear. When I mean it's always appear, is that I always remember those things. That stealing is not part of us. Sometimes I will just see something. I say, this thing look nice, and nobody is here now. Who lost this thing, or who keep this thing here? If I take this thing, the next thing I will just remember all the warning that my father have given me when I was at home. So what does that simply mean? Train up a child in the way he should grow, that when he become old, he will not depart from it. So I'm here to tell you, a lot of people never believe, never thought or expect that your season will come. So you stepping into your season, while they were there watching you, it frustrated and humiliated them. It deprived them from getting joy, because all they thought is that no matter how you do, no matter what you do, that you will always be in that categories. You will always be in that place where things will be hard and things will never be sweet. But a lot of people are shocked how suddenly you enter into your breakthrough, how suddenly your season just come overnight without them being noticed. Believe me, many of us know that where we used to be last year, that is not where we are this year. Where we used to be last 2 months, that is not where we are now. That something extraordinary have already took place. That changes is occurring. We know it particularly. That changes is accurately occurring every day. That what they used to know us last month, last year, that is not what they know us. The way we drive in terms of spiritual is different from the way we are doing now. That there's every evidence that we are in our season. And a lot of people don't love that. It frustrates them. You know, that is why I titled one of my videos that I posted around that kind 1 o'clock, because I walk around 1 o'clock. So I posted a video. If you have not watched it, go and watch it. Many people are suffering because of what they did to you, and they will never tell you. Believe me. See, you know, we are living in a world where the more you progress, the more people suffer, because you progressing is causing them havoc, frustration, disappointment, humiliation, because they don't expect you to progress. But the truth is this: he whom God have called to step into his greatness, he whom God have anointed to do exploit, no matter how you try to put him down, when he enter into a pit, he will still succeed. When he enter into a bunch of frustration, he will still possess. When he enter anywhere where things become hard, he will make a way, because the Lord maketh a way where there is no way. You know what I'm saying? So remember this.